Welcome to a very special playtest. Starfinder Playtest debut stream game with some amazing people. But first, can I get a big cheer from the audience for all the people watching on the stream as well? So for those of you who don't know, my name is Thurston Hillman. I'm the associate publisher at Paizo and the GM for this game. I want to hand it over to all the amazing players we're going to have here today, and I'll let them introduce themselves and their characters.
Hello, my name is Mark Meer. I do voices in video games, and I also enjoy playing RPGs, and thank you for having me. I am playing, of course, one of the pre-gens, though Thirsty has been very kind and allowed me to make some alterations to this character. For the purposes of this game, the character I'm playing is called Commander Goatherd, a legally distinct space commander who in no way is involved with any other IP.
Unrelated.
I will also be adding a little wrinkle. Those of you who have played, shall we say, Mass Effect might know that one has an opportunity to make moral choices in that game, either Paragon or Renegade, and of course those are owned by another company. So I'm going to be calling the choices I make Paladin and Rapscallion. And I'll be basically using percentile dice to determine my reactions in any given situation. So yeah, so that's going to be on top of the fabulous game that you have for us to play.
God help me.
It is I, B. Dave Walters, who intends to, play the playtest like a playtest.
Mm-hmm. Yep. B. Dave, I was in a video game. You must understand.
The legally distinct shepherd is like, it was partially my fault in the beginning that we wanted to do it somewhere else, so we got it here. It's fine.
Please, Goatherd.
Yes, that is true. Commander Goatherd. I am playing a mystic. My name is... But human tongues find it easier to refer to me as Chick Chick. I'm a big old cockroach boy. There you go.
And hey, I am Jenny Jarzabski, senior developer for Starfinder at Paizo. I am happy to be here. Thirsty somehow keeps inviting me to games. That's his mistake. And I will be playing Day, who is a Patra Solarian, a performer and a fan of their best friend, Chick Chick. We're besties.
We have friendship bracelets.
We do, they match.
Oh boy. All right, so I'm John Compton. I'm lead developer working on Pathfinder narrative, so adventure paths and the like. So I worked on Starfinder for a while. I'm no longer on that team, moved on to other things, but Thirsty has been assuring me that Starfinder Second Edition is entirely compatible with Pathfinder Second Edition. So to test this out, I've been told that I get to play Quinn, who is a Pathfinder character, an investigator, who gets to be in this science fantasy setting for who knows what contrived isekai reasons, but Truck-kun has been kind to me and has sent me into whatever this setting is.
All right, and with that, let's jump in, everyone. This group of eclectic adventurers is on their way to the world of Burnham's Bubble, which up until recently was a planet that was protected by an energy shield, but that energy shield has begun to fail, and literal chunks of it are falling down onto the planet like energized pieces of glass.
What did you do to the future?
Your planet's not even here.
So with these falling debris pieces, holes have been made in the bubble, which allows for survey teams to arrive. You have all chartered passage or woken up after Truck-kun hit you inside the vessel known as the Stylus of Destiny. You're on your way to Burnham's Bubble to participate in a bit of surveying and adventuring, see what's there. No one's really seen this planet. This has been mostly put together by the Church of Wei Dan, the deity who is all about travel and exploration. Wayden's church has really funded a lot of this expedition, and you've all been brought on board for your very particular talents. As this begins, like any great adventure, everybody, you all get some lovely box text to sort of prepare yourselves and immerse you into this scene. This is a message from Captain Expedite 8 of the Stylus of Destiny. Welcome to the Burnham's Bubble survey team. We've had our eyes on this planet for many years. No one in recorded history has ever passed through this energy field to learn why all its living people and animals are missing, or who built the ancient cities that dot the surface. The energy field has begun to shatter, falling piece by piece to the surface. While this enables us to explore the planet, the field's collapse is causing some pretty big destruction, which we project will only get worse in time. On behalf of the Church of Wayden, he who is the endless horizon, I thank you for your help in exploring the planet before its secrets are lost forever. You'll be joining one of the hinterland survey teams at the coordinates provided. They're investigating interesting structures in the jungle near one of the planet's cities. We believe these structures are linked to the Magitech satellites that generate the energy field that surrounds the planet. If we can find out how to activate the structures, we might be able to stabilize the field and preserve the planet. Otherwise, hopefully we can find some useful information. You'll coordinate with the team to survey the area, and above all else, remember that this mission is one of peace.
I'm out.
Blasting off to Burnham's Bubble, bopping around a Burnham's Bubble. This is gonna be great.
Chick uses poetry as his method of expression to worship his goddess. So he defines himself through his artistic expression, and he's got a fat -1 to performance. So he would be standing there looking out the window, and he'd say, "Die, this moves my heart. With love for Zon Shalin, look at all the beauty being created from pain. Chunks falling, stars above, desolation, feel my love."
That's awesome.
I
Chick's
feel-
gonna be famous.
I feel like the ghosts of this planet have excellent taste.
Commander Goatherd, of course, has spent some time. We've spent some time coming to this planet. I assume we're in orbit currently.
Yeah, you're in orbit. You're getting ready to make your way down in a shuttlecraft that's going to be dispatched from the vessel down to the surface through one of these holes in the energy field. You're actually really just getting on board the shuttle at this point, looking out those lovely view screens over the planet.
Great. Now that means, since I've been spending some time with these folks, I've currently got all three of them as assets. I'm
Yes.
using my slots as assets. I'm going to give a rousing speech. Would diplomacy be an appropriate skill for that?
Absolutely.
All right, people. We know our mission parameters. We're to head down there and rendezvous with the survey team. We don't know what we're going to find down there, but I have faith in each and every one of you. Each of you has skills that can be applied to this mission, and I expect you to do your very best.
You got it.
It's like when he talks like that, it makes me feel tingly inside.
Roll the 1. Please roll the 1.
Let's see, diplomacy roll?
Yeah.
All right, so I got a +7 on this.
Oh.
That is an 825 total.
It's a rousing speech you just gave. Even to the person from the past.
I felt so uncomfortable up until this very moment, but now I feel like I'm really part of a team, and I can understand what Magitech even is.
An important point of clarification. Is this antiquated cave human a recent arrival, or has he been here for some time?
Yeah, where did he come
He
from?
woke up on the main ship and just kind of found you.
Where did you come from?
Should we destroy it?
Well,
I came from Galt, which is a place of perpetual revolution where everybody basically chops off each other's heads and calls it democracy. So actually, this is a great change. This is so far so good. I've been treated by nothing but respect from at least 2 of you. So I'm on board.
You're most welcome here. He turns to the others. As far as we can tell, he's some kind of Lord of the Rings cosplayer.
Well, I too have an interest in chopping heads. And you, point of clarification, storyteller. Roughly what size is Chick? As a Sheeran, like.
You're like roughly human size. You're in that sort of height category.
He pulls out a comedically oversized, horrifying buzzsaw-looking contraption that is called a pain glaive, but it's been painted with like little stars and hearts.
I help with that.
It's because it is beauty through suffering.
Beauty.
Okay, maybe the future's not all that different. We're back in Galt all over again.
And yes, for an official welcome, actually, this will be my first Paladin Rapscallion roll. Let's see how I welcome you. Okay, so that's low, so which would be the Rapscallion. Listen up, you primitive screwhead. I'm just counting on you to not mess things up. Do you think you can do that?
That remains to be seen. I don't have nearly enough data to make that sort of call, but I'll do my best to work with the team. Trust me, I have plenty of adventuring experience from however many years ago. I just trust that by now you've solved all the mysteries that existed in the Pathfinder Lost Omen setting and have answered. Did anybody ever find out how Aridin died? That's always been nagging at me.
It's all pops and whistles over here, Chief.
I don't know what anything of that means, but okay. You sounded really motivating earlier, so I bet it's nice.
At
Looks
this
like we're on
point,
the same page.
the shuttle begins to careen further through the atmosphere. You've now come through the energy bubble. As you see this, you see what up ahead is a small clearing in a verdant jungle, and there's a large enough area for a ship to land. So this is where your shuttle is making its way down. There's another vessel there and some structures that have been temporarily set up. You can hear, you see that there's sensor readouts that are pinging on the walls, and you just read messages that say, ambient energy of indeterminate danger, that just sort of scrolls on the wall as like an update from the sensors. It's very polite.
I don't think that's good.
I think that seems negative.
All right. Be on your toes, everyone. We don't want to get taken by surprise with our pants down. Pants up is the best way to be taken by surprise.
I'm not wearing pants.
Ah. Here's some pants.
You may add pants to your inventory.
He gave me pants.
We'll have to change those up to suit your style, but
We'll workshop them. Thank you.
yeah,
And I immediately put an arm through each pant leg.
stunning.
Pants.
So one of the abilities I have, Thirsty, is this thing called Pursue a Lead, which lets me identify a thing that is a mystery and a little facet of it, and lets me be slightly better at learning about it, and I can't choose the entire future. So I'm going to choose these Magitech devices or generators.
Might I add one thing to this?
Of course.
With my limited telepathy, you hear in your mind, don't mess this up. And I give you guidance.
Oh, no.
So you have +1 to an attack roll, a perception check, a saving throw, or a skill check.
That sounds good to me. That's probably the only thing that's going to save me.
Yeah. So with that, the shuttle comes down. There's a slight hiss from the landing gears as it touches down. It's a hiss of gases, and the back door begins to slowly descend open, revealing a landing site, a survey site up ahead in the jungle. You're a short little walk ahead, and you can see that there are several structures here that have been set up in this jungle. There's what looks to be some sort of tower, possibly even a control station further on. But what's most notable is a four-armed individual, clearly a Kasatha, sort of a four-armed species with mouth coverings. This Kasatha is in like work overalls. It's waving towards you as the door is opening on the shuttle. Howdy, y'all!
Hi.
I'm Mahoozle. I'm the survey team's leader here. It's a pleasure to see you all here on Burnham's Bubble. We're really, we just need help.
Burnham's
A
bubble,
lot of
Burnham's
help.
Bubble, Burnham's Bubble.
Four-armed man.
That's
in
right.
the ruins. We're going to pursue it.
Oh, good, because we definitely get. Then all four arms start just like completely out of sequence.
-1 performance. -1.
It's good.
Well, you're clearly a lover of poetry. What did you say your name was, friend?
I'm Mahoozle.
Mahoozle.
That's right. That's
Where's-
what my mama named me.
Where's my Wetzel?
Well, what's
Where is Maletzel?
Oh, that's my cousin. He's still on the Adari, you see. Didn't want to leave and go out in space. Preferred to stay home. I'm a bit of an explorer here.
Look, we don't need your life history. We just need to know what's going on.
Oh,
What's the situation?
Isn't he so cool?
well, we're preparing to activate that there tower, but we wanted to do some investigating around here before we started pushing buttons. You see, there's the tower. There's some consoles over there. There's some odd rock formations. I think there might even be some dangerous flora here. Maybe you could help us. We really need help. Have I mentioned that?
Yes. What kind of dangerous flora?
Oh, well, you see, there's two types. There's some bulbous spiky berries, and then there's some succulents. And well, one of us just didn't like the way that those succulents looked, and they're kind of worried about them. Now, we came here and we got some skilled folks, but it's we really just could use some professionals here. That's why we called you.
Well, you called the right people. You say dangerous flora, you're just talking about dangerous if ingested, nothing ambulatory. Is that right?
I think so. I don't know what ambulatory means.
It means it can move around of its own volition.
Oh.
Did not fill me with confidence with that reply.
I don't think so. I mean, do plants move? But if they do they just move real slow? Is that how that works?
In my experience,
Oh,
if they
okay,
move, it
okay.
is
So
quite
maybe
quick.
it's ambulatory?
Have I had time to acquire him in using the size up ability to acquire him as an asset?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You'll have like more than a minute to interact.
I'm going to maintain concentration on the guidance until he uses it, and I would also like to detect magic.
Ooh, yeah. So at this point, we'd still be in exploration mode, not encounter mode. So you can just have that keep going on. You're good to go there.
Okay.
So there is definitely some sort of magical effects around here. There's a couple areas that are of note. So first of all, on the map here.
Like, why is there a giant skull in the map? What's that?
Don't worry about it. it's
Always a
fine.
good sign.
Another thing to investigate.
I know. I'm like skull. I'm like.
Oh, thank goodness. There's
I'm
another
like,
side.
Oh,
Okay,
all
that's
right,
Mark's
great.
side.
Okay, sure. Now there's two skulls.
Yeah, so you can see on there,
Too bad, sorry.
there is a rather large tower-like structure sort of in the southwestern area. That there is the Magitech Tower that they have pointed out. Then there is the sort of opening, widening path this way. That is where some of that threatening flora is located. You can see some of the bulbous plants and succulents along that way.
Would it be good to set us up over here-ish somewhere? Are we over here?
Yeah, absolutely. So that area is you're kind of coming in there.
Over here-ish.
That is where those sort of consoles are. You can see basically an alcove surrounded by rock walls, and there's ancient runes that are carved in here. There are people milling about here.
Definitely putting the red shirt out front.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Three-dimensional miniature.
Oh, sure. Somebody who didn't have any pre-existing plotline just shows up and tells you their backstory real briefly so you can feel connected to them. Just so I can die in the first episode. Is that what this is all about?
No,
Might be.
Listen, you come from a clearly inferior place with no technology, and we are at a clearly inferior place with no technology.
Oh, so you need a
ergo-
guide. A guide. Okay.
That's
absolutely.
yes, that is the
Yes,
thing
we're going to
that-
be investigating some flora.
Yes.
Lead me to it.
How do you entertain yourself here?
Entertain.
There's nothing to do here.
No, but there are people to talk to. There might be some. The flora might even speak, for all we know. We could interview it. We could interrogate it. It would be great.
Do the snooping thing you were doing
Yeah.
do snooping.
Yeah, do it.
We're all looking at you.
We're waiting.
Everyone's waiting.
I get self-conscious when you're doing that. Nobody's ever done this.
Don't mess this up.
No, I'm going to walk at least a couple 15 feet forward and start snooping around because apparently that's what we do now.
All right, so in this state where we're at, there's a couple of different areas you can take a look at, right? There's these towers, there's the flora, there's the consoles. You can kind of go to any of those and make some checks to start seeing how much you learn of this area.
One of the important things is that I already had those Magitech towers in mind before I even came down here, so I'm really excited to follow up on that lead. So I'm going to go over to the Magic Towers because those sound like something I can manipulate, and I bet I'm good at whatever
Yeah,
computers
so you
are
can,
tied
you can
into.
shimmy yourself closer to the tower there. Yeah, right
gotcha.
around there.
There's-
Absolutely. So yeah, this is a column of wood and metal that rises up to a stone platform, and atop it you see that there's lichen on it, but there's a base that glows with some soft blue light.
Okay, all right. I'm going to see about doing a little bit of clearing of some of this lichen, see if it's covering up any ancient runes or magical symbols or things like that. That's how things work.
Yeah, absolutely. So you start clearing away. You can tell that there's a couple avenues of exploration here. You can certainly try to identify the craftsmanship of it, possibly using like a crafting check. There's also this magical skill called computers that you could try, but I don't know if they had computers back in Pathfinder time, so you might not have that on your character sheet.
I once used an abacus.
As in
Does that count?
high ranks in abacus?
I will accompany. Actually, know how to use computers, and yes, I will make a roll. Now, I do have, I believe, some equipment that might help in that regard.
Oh, same here. I'm starting to pull out my thieves' tools.
While they're doing this, through our psychic, we have both psychically I can talk to everyone, and mystically we're actually connected.
Yeah.
And I say in our minds, I have to kind of telephone game it a little bit. So to be clear, we have found a civilization that destroyed itself, and we are approaching what appears to be a magical power plant, and our objective is to turn that back on.
Yes.
That sounds like a reasonable assumption to me.
We don't know that.
Again, Zeb Shellen teaches experience through pain, so yes, we should pursue this course of action.
Look, when we were riding a strange ship that brought us down to the surface, there was a voice that came over and through the ceiling. So I assume that we'll get another voice. We'll be able to talk to it. Interrogation, talking. We learn.
Oh,
Investigation.
no. That was an intercom.
I have no idea what that is.
Oh, right. Okay.
I'm going to try. Now, is there an actual interface here? Because my hacking toolkit, essentially, if there isn't one, I can still interact with it if I've got the hacking toolkit.
Yeah, so you can give me a computers check, and I will let you know if the hacking kit is appropriate, but you can just give me the base check. Quinn, do you have crafting at all?
I do.
You can give me a crafting check just as you look at the structure of the tower outside of the computerized component, so I'll let you both go.
All right, I've got a +5 on this check. That is only a 12 total, I'm afraid.
Only a 12, okay. Quinn?
I have a +7 on crafting because I'm smart like that, and I rolled a 13, so I have a 20 total.
A 20. All right, so the person trained in computers goes up and is like, not quite there. Now an important thing, and I'm not just trying to bait you with this, but Pathfinder and Starfinder do have this tool called a hero point. Each of you have one hero point. You can spend that hero point to re-roll any dice you want. And if you want to just re-roll this skill check that you've maybe not gone on and not have that for anything later on in the session, that's totally okay.
How generous a GM are you with hero points,
We
I
have
wonder?
one hero point.
Yeah, I think
so
I'm going to hold
far.
on to that. I'm going to hold on to that.
Oh, okay. I tried. All right. So with your check, Commander Gotthard, you're not able to analyze any kind of definite computerized system. There's something going on here, but you're not able to get the information. However, as Quinn comes up, you can tell that some sort of technology or strange innovations were grafted onto this tower at some point. In fact, as you look further in, you're able to unveil through the lichen and whatnot a sort of mesh of cables and machinery underneath it.
Yeah, look, they seem to be organized in such a way as to channel electricity, which will probably create some form of probably a damaging net that's used for reaction powers that will shock people. I don't actually know anything beyond that.
Interesting. All I'm getting is a little spinny wheel thing.
Well, then it sounds like it's all the Quinn show, and I'm going to have to figure this thing out. I'm going to look for that whatever interface wasn't working for Commander Gotthard.
Told him about electricity.
Yeah, I'm surprised he knows that exists.
Well, yeah, of course. It comes out of the front of various dragons, and sometimes comes out of the back of various sorcerers. It's entirely natural.
Well, this is going on actually. Chick and Day, what are you doing around this area? Again, there's a couple different places to explore, so you are still by the consoles there.
Hey, Chick, check this out. I'm gonna just launch myself up onto this, this platform console. How tall is it?
It's maybe like 4 feet up. You know, it's not.
Okay, and I see some rocks behind there too. So I basically just want to kind of like hoist myself up and just kind of parkour around on this this structure here.
Absolutely. Give me a check to parkour around.
All right, I'm gonna give you. Do you want athletics or acrobatics for that?
Let's go acrobatics for that.
Okay, that's an 11.
Yeah, so it's not the best parkour that people have
Kinda
seen.
scramble a little bit.
Yeah, you're
Nobody
getting
saw that. It's
used
okay.
to the area. You're sort of looking around. You maybe don't have enough skills to quite interact with some of this stuff. I assume.
Oh, I've got skills.
Oh, but you just don't want to use them.
I mean, I'm not gonna tire myself out this early.
I assume you're just using this encounter phase for a dance break or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm
We're
doing.
hoarding our hero points.
I see it. And then Chick, as your best friend is kind of parkouring around, not too greatly. What are you doing?
I never leave my friend Dai's side. Although, again, because of our mystic bond, I am aware of the location and general health of our friends. They're not dead yet.
Yay!
Is my detect magic registering anything?
Yes, you are getting pulses of magical energy. Your sense is enough to let you pinpoint that tower has some. The console definitely has some as well.
The giant magic tower is emanating giant magic.
Correct.
It's not much gets past or chick.
You're so smart, bestie.
Which way were those dangerous fauna?
So they are kind of at the end of that path there. Yeah.
Over that way.
Yeah.
You wanna go check them out?
Dai, I think there are never any negative repercussions on going off alone. So, let us go investigate.
Let's do it. Besties!
Yeah,
All right. Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
heading that way.
Yep.
Whatever that looks like. That way.
You have a longer arm.
That way.
Can reach
Absolutely.
all the
Yeah.
things.
All right. So as you head out into sort of the jungle area and begin to look at some of this flora, you can see that there are these two types of plants, as I mentioned, the spiky berries and then the fern-like succulents that are here. Now, there's some checks you can do. You could give me an acrobatics or a perception check to sort of maneuver around, or there is a nature or perhaps life science lore to analyze these. Yes, Chick.
I would like to enter aggressive negotiations. And I pull out the pain glaive.
and you just want to like slash.
And you see, I look at you and I go, it's time. And pull. And as the blade starts to spin, it lets out this god-awful, like, ungreased, high-pitched whine that sounds like screaming. Like the blade's already on sheet metal. And I'm like, good, yes. And I literally just start busting at the plants.
Yeah, absolutely.
If they're going to move, we're about to find out.
You want to give me an attack roll?
Yep.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Pain glaive. That is a 22.
I assume the pain glaive makes a sound when it activates?
Oh, yeah.
When I hear that, I unholster my pistol immediately.
Yeah.
I know, so with the telepathy, I know I talk to them. Is it in our mystic bond is something different? I know where they are and I know if they're okay.
Yes.
Are they capable of initiating communication with me?
Yeah, they can reply back, basically.
Okay, but right now he couldn't say something until I say something to him first, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Got it. Yeah, but it is like yeah.
You get used to it.
Yeah.
Goatherd pulls
22.
out the pistol. This comes down on one of them, and you just hear this like
It's gonna be fine, you guys.
crunch as you tear into one of these. And what you notice is as you tear into this plant, it creates like a spray of juicy fluid. But then you get into the ground of it, and you realize that there's like this deep root system in the ground. And you notice that like the berries and the succulents are kind of connected by the same root system, and it's fairly expansive.
I would relay that across the psychic link.
Yeah, absolutely.
That what we found.
Roger that, Chick.
Should I continue harming this living thing?
Maybe it's best we don't find ourselves split into two. We'll join you over there.
Good news, though. The plants aren't trying to kill us yet.
That is good news.
It is good news.
There were 2 different types of plants. Did you butcher both?
Oh, hold on.
Not yet.
Make sure I try.
After attacking the other plant, you find a similar situation occurs. Though you now have like this massive divot in the ground that you've excavated with your pain glaive that just shows all of these roots that are very intermingled. Do any of you, as your companions reapproach, do any of you have nature as a skill?
I do.
Fairly significant.
Big
nature,
ol'
actually.
one.
Heck yeah, you can all give me nature checks as you witness this floral devastation.
I have no idea what's going on.
17.
Not bad. 16 total.
These plants, I've never seen them before in my life. I have no idea.
So you understand the ancient magical device, but not plants.
Well, not these plants. There are many plants that I've studied, but just most plants I study are still intact.
What kind of plants?
We all went to college, man.
The future. College debt is why I have to adventure. How about you?
So by this point, we have joined.
Yeah. So you're heading over there. As that occurs, with the 17 and the 16, Chick and Commander Goatherd, you both recognize that these plants have basically developed together to not require pollination. So that's how these plants have actually existed on this planet, where there is no other life.
A symbiotic relationship between these 2 separate species.
Aw, they're friends.
Yes.
And we just killed them. Oops.
And I would like to reach out with my telepathy. Is there a mind there? Just touch the roots and let's avatar this bitch.
Yeah,
I hope you come in contact and it's just like,
I touch an antenna to a root.
See, and John takes it away from me because absolutely, you reach out, it's like the camera pans back, the music starts, and then just as you just feel nothing but excruciating pain from the plant, which is probably a good thing for you too.
Isn't it beautiful? Haven't you learned something about yourself and the nature of existence?
As you just feel the impressions of this plant that's essentially been on a planet that hasn't been investigated in thousands and thousands of years, and you're the first life forms to come across
contact.
it, and you have brought them the gift of pain.
I have made John Shellen proud. Yes, but all jokes aside, I am getting some sort of consciousness.
Yeah, it's very rudimentary. It's not a deep. Well, wow.
Good one.
Yeah. It's not like it has full conscious thought. It's just reactive thoughts. But there's something there. This is something that has evolved on this planet and has a small spark to it.
I do.
Don't say it.
I do absolutely transmit this message to the team. That's all.
Interesting. So, now, correct me if I'm wrong, Chick. You're saying that this plant has no, well, you wouldn't say predators really, but there's no fauna that consumes these plants on this world?
Well, we've yet to go to a world where something horrible didn't happen to us.
That is true.
So,
Were none of the rest of you listening to the mysterious voice from the ceiling that told us that this planet has had no animals or people ever?
I understood no people, but no animals at all.
it
Interesting.
always starts that way. No, it's fine. Just go investigate the ruins. They're empty. And then, and the screaming and the hearting. Yes. So
I took that as no megafauna, but no insects either. Not even the smallest sort of animal life.
Gonna take a quick look around. Am I seeing any form of insects, pill bugs, anything?
No, nothing. Just there's vegetation life that is clearly, now that you've seen this root system, has adapted in some way to having nothing else here. And as you have this stark, this introspective moment of what's going on this planet, the camera pans slightly to the side, and you just see Mahoozle in his overalls being like, "Hey, can we press the button, y'all? Are you ready, or do you want to investigate more?"
Wait,
We'll need a little more time, Mahoozle. We haven't completed our investigations yet.
All right.
I would like to check one thing. This root system, does it seem like it goes towards that tower, or does it stay away from the tower? Is there...
It's around the area. It's almost like it's basically grown up around all of this stuff. These plants are newer than those buildings would have been.
And just looking a little bit beyond, does it seem like these sorts of plants occur closer to the tower?
No, they're just very
they're just everywhere?
interspersed and around. Yeah.
Interesting. We might want to check. Well, does anyone else have computer skills besides me?
Nope.
Interesting.
Minimum, I have a 1.
I imagine I can intuit it, just if you give me a couple of pointers.
It might be worth taking another look at that computer interface that we looked at before.
Yeah.
All right.
What about our 4-armed friend here? Perhaps he might be of some assistance.
Yeah, Woozle,
Yeah, howdy.
how are you with computers?
Well, I got 4 arms, which means typing's real fast.
Thanks a lot, Mahoozle. We appreciate it.
No problem, friend.
Do you have at least 2 keyboards? Otherwise, that thing's very inefficient.
That would explain a lot, yes.
Now, I've already made a roll, so I assume it wouldn't do me any good to try.
You
again.
could certainly try again.
Sure.
We're kind of in a bit of an information gathering phase, so there might be a mysterious clock that you don't see.
I'll give him guidance also.
Yeah.
Thank you. That'll be what bonus?
+1.
Plus
And,
one.
and one other thing that I have is because this is tied into those Magitech towers that I'm investigating, I have an ability called Clue In that I can use once every 10 minutes. It's like, it's tied to my mystery. I want you to help solve my mystery. I give you another +1.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, let's do it.
So that is a total of, with my extra bonuses, that will be a total of 18.
Okay, absolutely. All right, so you're able to analyze and pull up some information just from your hacking kit as you're kind of like attempting to access through the circuitry. And what you're able to do is pull back a panel that's on the structure itself, and it depicts something.
Do you mind if I make the sound effect?
Yeah. Thank you. There's some engravings inside this that depict starships in battle near a planet surrounded by a cloud of energy. There are beings that are hiding on the planet, but they're hiding like they can't be seen. Like the way that they're engraved on it is like they're ghostly.
I have one of the worst admissions that could ever be possible. I think Chick was right about something. It always begins this way, where you don't see them, and they're Chick, you were right. They're all. They could be all around us right
Worst
now.
outcome. Like, how dare you?
Yes, these pictograms seem to indicate that the beings on this planet were able to cloak themselves somehow. Do I hear any sort of sounds coming from the
Yes,
bushes?
That's my, that is my name, sir. Yes.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Yes. Sorry, Chick.
Yeah, don't talk about my bestie that way.
No, you are not
That's
prey
our
today.
word.
Sorry.
You are not prey today.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
We're not
Maybe.
prey today. Yes.
Yes. Anything else in the pictogram? These beings that were not on the planet, how are they depicted? Are they roughly humanoid?
You
Are they-
could give me, if you have it, a society check. This
Oh,
would
I'm good at
be-
society.
Yeah.
You want a little guidance on that?
Yeah,
That'd be
A
great.
little
Thank
guidance.
you. That's a nat 1. Nat
Ooh.
1.
Oh,
You know what?
yeah.
I'm even better at society. I want to use my competitive spirit reaction when an ally attempts a skill check with a skill that I have trained or better proficiency rank in to compete with Commander Goatherd.
Oh.
And
lovely.
I gain a +2 circumstance bonus to this check.
Yeah, with that natural 1, I just say, we live in a society.
Yeah.
So wait, mechanically, you're a hater?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. So that is, let's see. Where's my society? That is an 18.
Okay, so Commander Goatherd, you are certain that the creatures in the spaceships in orbit that are attacking the planet are called the Krogians, and they are a monstrous species that really no one else knows about but you.
Yeah.
And you can make up whatever you want about them, and it's totally going to be accurate.
Reapers.
Now, Day,
Yeah.
you have enough knowledge to recognize that these aberrant creatures in space are members of a group called the Civ Dominion, which were a sort of like ancient empire that ruled long ago, led by aberrations, and they were kind of at war with another big super mega power in a galactic conflict, which ended both of them thousands upon thousands of years ago.
The ships were really cool in the textbooks, which is why I paid attention in school that day, and I remember that. So I'll relay that to the group.
Wait, for one side, were there only ever 2 of them?
I don't remember. Maybe I did sleep during that class.
Probably not. 'Cause that's
I
a
don't know
very-
what you're talking about. These are clearly Krogians.
Well, that's a very dumb rule to only
I've
have
never
2
even heard of
anyway.
that. What is that?
Oh, their IP that's owned by another company.
Legally distinct.
Legally distinct.
Legally distinct. All right, so yeah, you're able to sort of recognize that imagery from these markings you've unearthed with the computer's check. You can also tell now that with the computer's check, Commander Gotthard, that the consoles that Mahuzal and the crew are at definitely have connections, like wires that are going underground. You can even see some of the plant matter is sort of moved around these wires that connect them, and that console would be some sort of activation device.
Does Day knowing that give us any idea of a time frame of these events?
Yeah, you'd have a good
Yeah,
idea.
like I would know that it was a long time ago, before the gap.
Right. Okay.
I'm going to warn Mahuzal of the information we've discovered and say, activating this could have unforeseen consequences, Mahuzal.
Well, that just makes me want to press it more.
I try and impart upon the plants what we're gonna do. Like, I don't know to what extent it can. I'm like, hey, we're about to send 40 megajoules down into the ground.
So I know I just chainsawed you, but it's about to get a whole lot worse.
First of all, you're welcome. But I do see. Does the plant? I attempt to find. Does the plant feel fearful of this? Is the plant like, hell yeah, brother?
The plant doesn't have many more emotions. Like, it's like you've gathered that it's grokked pain, but like it doesn't have a like. I guess you could impart the concept of more pain coming potentially? Question mark.
Future pain.
I'm sure it's
future
fine.
pain.
Yeah.
In conversation with Mahuzal, so when he says this, I did roll low, so this is a rapscallion result. I'm going to try and intimidate on him.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's see how this goes. And of course, he is an asset of mine, so I get a bonus on that. That's a nat 20 with bonuses. So
Absolutely.
that takes it up to, that's like a 28.
How do you intimidate poor Mahuzal?
I grab him, but I assume he's wearing overalls.
Yeah.
And he probably has like a piece of straw sticking out of his mouth. So
No, he has a mouth cover. He has a mouth
Oh,
cover.
okay,
'cause
all right.
he's a
With
Kasava.
straw sticking
With a
out of the
piece of
mouth.
straw coming out
Okay,
of
so
his
I
mouth
slap
cover.
this piece of straw out of the mouth cover,
Yeah.
grab him by the front of the overalls, pull him up to me, and say, "All right, listen to me, you brain dead hick. You don't take any steps until I give the say so. You got it? All right. Good. You keep that in mind, and we'll get along fine."
Okay, please don't hurt me or the survey team. I didn't know you were this professional.
I am 50% of the time.
Okay, I don't want to see the other 50%.
And I let him go. I turn back. I've engaged in diplomacy with the locals.
Good job.
We both did. High five.
High five.
Yeah, high five.
High five.
I don't like how Pathfinder and Starfinder don't have alignment anymore. I don't know what to think about it. All right, well, I'm curious about that console that the Patro was breakdancing on earlier.
Yeah, so you can all head back to in the
sorry.
corner there.
Oh, back over this
Yeah,
way?
over there. Yeah. So you can head back there. You can tell that this is far more magical in nature, even without like full magical arts training. This is definitely the more magical side of the Magitech spectrum. However, the consoles have some interesting design elements on them. So this is something where you might be able to use like an Arcana or an Occultism check, or even computers, or perhaps vid game lore if you have it. Yeah.
I love the fact that Chick is like comprised of contradictions. Again, he is a poet with a -1 in performance. He is a mystic with a 1 in Arcana and a 1 in Occultism. But I'm really good at hurting people.
Well, I'm actually better at occultism than you are. But I think I'm still computers is the way to go. So I'll try computers on this.
For sure.
That is an 18 total 23.
Okay, so with that, you can tell that this console is for the simple purpose of activating and monitoring the nearby tower. It looks like there was some update that was made, though, that the last update that was done on this console gave it additional parameters and code that it updated into the tower. So, like, they patched this thing and then pressed the on button, and that was the last time it was used.
Okay, I'll relay that to everyone.
If I had a nickel for every time a bad patch bricked a machine.
Yeah, I think it's safe to assume there's a reason why this was the last time it was used.
Well, maybe it can be repaired. After all, it is pretty magical, and I know my way around magic, so I don't mind trying to repair some of this future stuff. After all, it is from the distant past, apparently. So
Okay, Grandpa.
So to be clear,
ma'am.
they're trying to turn on the tower, which is over here,
Yeah.
but there is a panel over
Exactly,
here
the
that is
console's
supposed to
there.
monitor the tower that is over there.
Yep.
And the last time this was activated, everything broke and maybe everyone died.
Maybe.
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 Allegedly.
They should absolutely turn it on.
Yeah. And, of course, we know that there is some kind of relationship with the plants and the tower. Okay. Well, that's what we know.
As long as the plants are alive and happy, then they'll control everything and monitor and manage the power sources. Yes. I'm going to try and use Arcana to try and, like, tinker with the settings on this thing. You know, the equivalent of, like, it's a spigot, you know? I'm going
Yeah.
to try and turn the crank.
Give me an Arcana check.
Yeah.
Still guidance.
Oh, boy. All right. So 13 on the die gets me to 21 with all my bonuses.
Okay, so a few things happen at once as you begin to analyze
never wanna hear
the
that.
tower. You
I'm
can
helping.
tell that it was designed somewhat to visually and potentially psychically occlude the planet. But as you begin to sort of peel back some of these magical layers with your investigatory skills, there is some sort of fail-safe that triggers.
You don't need a failsafe. I was doing just fine. Like,
As this occurs,
I thought we were the failsafe.
the silence stops. And suddenly, the jungle floods with the sounds of chirping and chattering wildlife. And then it cuts out, like an audio playing a loose connection. And then it comes back. And then it cuts out, like someone's turning the wildlife off and on again.
is this only auditory, or like, is there just a gazelle that's like boop, 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 boop?
As you look up, none of you see anything until a group of 3 individuals appear closer to the tower on the ground. They are sort of, the best way to describe them is rocky in nature. They look more like an assemblage of bricks in a roughly humanoid form than a person. But more intense, I would say, is the large sort of winged turtle-like creature that appears.
You literally bricked us. Turn it back off. Turn it back off. Turn it back off.
I tried turning it back off. Oh no, it's too late.
And
Turtles.
as you can see, this creature appear here, it lets out this like
Oh, he looks friendly.
keening kind of wail, and the rocky individuals, they sort of stumble out of the way, and Mahuja's like, "All right, well we're gonna help," and then you hear this just like wail from this creature, which begins stamping. Man, we're gonna need some of that help there. If you could handle whatever that is, we'll take care of these people. And Mahuzal and crew start grabbing as this turtle-y creature begins to sort of shake its shoulders after some kind of torpor, and then just emit a booming roar.
Could I just do one thing before we set upon a course of violence?
Yes.
I projected this creature with my telepathy. We come in peace.
Its response is more screeching.
Oh, you have a friend.
As it like turns its head towards you, and there's kind of like a tick. So at this point, I'm going to ask everyone to roll initiative. Now, by default, that'll be
Finally.
perception, unless you have another skill you want to sub in or think would be appropriate given the situation.
Perception?
Yep.
Probably toward the top.
Right there with the little eyeglass.
All right. I'll start with Commander Goatherd. What you get?
All right. That is a 16 on the die, and I believe I have Incredible Initiative,
Yes.
a leadership perk. So that will be a total of what do I get bonus for Incredible Initiative?
Usually two.
Okay, great. So
And
that takes it up
then-
to 18.
And then you'll have your perception bonus.
Perception bonus is +4, so 22 total.
22. Perfect. All right, Chick.
24.
Ooh, very good. Day.
If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
I got a 13.
And Quinn.
I have a 25.
However, important to note that I would like to use my free action to attune, and I would like to be photon attuned. So a blazing ball of radiant solar energy appears above Day's shoulder, floating around them, and they kind of point their finger, and just all of a sudden it lights up, and a golden whip or battle ribbon type weapon sprouts from it.
Do you ever play anything that's not a
We're
magical
ready.
girl?
I love it when you do
No.
that. So
What do you-
cool.
I know, right? I'm pretty cool.
Bestie
You're
for
cool
ST.
too.
No, we're both so cool.
I know,
Everybody's
we're
so
so
cool. Well,
The
cool.
creature
well, three of
roars
us
in
are
response
cool.
to all of you.
I was about to say,
We are.
you were giving me the look. You were giving me the look of like, why are you going first? Like, because all of you are busy like telling each other you're so amazing.
Oh, because we are.
It is stamping on the ground. Its back shell kind of like rippling slightly as it crunches his shoulders, but it's definitely turned towards your group, particularly Chick, with some annoyance in its gestures. Quinn, however, you get to go first. Pathfinder starts first.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's very generous of you. I mean, I did have a 5-year lead on you, so. All right, so first things first, Quinn needs to know what's going on. And fortunately, I have all sorts of abilities that let me do that. So I have this once per 10-minute thing called Expeditious Inspection, which allows me to do a recall knowledge as a free action. So I want to know things. Is there a skill I should...
Nature,
Oh,
yeah.
good. Okay, good.
Oh,
Great.
you want to know your way through the fight.
Yeah, as opposed to run around screaming and
Yes.
hoping that they scream back, yes.
Yeah, because that's fun. See?
How was that? What was that? What was that? Huh? What was that?
This is my chance to prove I'm not a complete screw up who sets off every single Magitech trap and starts every encounter. So I'm actually going to use my hero point on this. because I
there
need
we
to
go.
know.
Excellent.
I need to know.
First
Quinn
hero
has
point
something to
expended.
prove.
Yep.
That's way better. All right, so that's a 21 nature.
Okay, a 21 for this creature is enough for you. You can't quite identify it because it's like it's a creature from the future that was trapped in some kind of like null dimension state.
I've read adventures before. I know half of them are like that.
Yeah. So what you're able to though do is probably like gauge something of it. So you can ask me one question about this creature.
All right. I'm curious as to whether it has like some resistances because I see all my companions. They have weird weapons. They have screaming weapons. They have energy whips. They have I don't even know what Commander Goatherd does. But I assume that there's possibility of like energies that they'll use. So I want to know if they resist anything that I can advise them against.
Yeah. You can tell that it probably doesn't have any energy resistances, but the sort of backings on its wings and its shell could operate, and this is something you would know very well.
Oh.
It could operate like a shield.
Yeah.
So you're familiar with shields.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Thirsty. I know about technology.
Woohoo! Yeah.
Do they look reflective?
They look like that they could be used in some kind, like
Okay.
common to some creatures how they could do like intimidating displays, right?
yeah.
So it probably has something like that it might be able to do as well.
Okay. I'm going to quickly shout out. It can use its wing shields as shields. This turtle.
Oh,
We know what you meant.
The turtle has
You
a shell.
can set it on.
Wow, that
You
is
can set it on fire. You can cut it. It's all going to be fine. Jeez,
Cool.
I'm going home.
Works
Okay.
on
So
everything.
yes.
That is an incredible insight.
I'm going to try and feel good about myself again, and I'm going to use a different ability called Devise a Stratagem, which will hopefully get me home. So Devise a Stratagem lets me roll a d20 and see the result, and then I can kind of hold that, use it for a future thing. I get a 5, which is really sad. So I'm going to use that for a skill stratagem, which lets me apply apply a +1 bonus in the very near future on doing a thing.
Okay.
Do I have anything skill-wise I can do to this thing? Oh god. No. Legal lore, no.
Yes,
no.
you've already looked at it.
I know. I will. Second action, draw out my sword cane and point it at the thing.
Oh, that was kind of cool.
And I will then
Maybe.
shout at the thing that it stands no chance against us, and I will make an intimidation check with my extra little devise a stratagem bonus,
Absolutely.
which will double my total modifier.
And you do not take a -4 penalty on not sharing a language with this creature.
Oh, it knows too much.
It has an innate vulnerability. It's scared of intimidating tactics.
Thank goodness. Okay, so I rolled an 18 on the die.
Okay.
I have a +1 to intimidation, and I got a +1 for my skill stratagem. This is a great idea. I get a 20.
Wait, so the creature can be burned, cut, and is afraid of people being mean to it?
Yes. Yes.
This is easy mode.
Great.
I mean, like everyone.
It's a first level adventure.
We're just like,
Least among us.
we go. It's like, oh no, Turtle, that carapace makes you look fine.
It's like,
All right.
did try to
Well,
talk to it.
it seems a little bit scared. It's a little bit like it kind of recoils back from Quinn. Definitely still focused on Chick. Like the person with the massive chainsaw is nowhere near as intimidating as Quinn staring and slowly pulling out a sword breaking gaze.
Quinn, you gave the beast the ick. Look at it. Look at how it's looking at you.
Yes, and now it knows fear, and soon it will feel fear when it's your turn.
It's just not that
Which
easy.
it is. Chick, you're up.
Di, do you care to join me up near the
Always.
front?
Let's do this.
I'm gonna move just to get within 30 feet of it.
Yeah.
I mean, so here-ish.
Yeah.
And I just very calmly walk towards it with the pain glaive on,
Mm-hmm.
and I point at it,
Mhm.
and I say, "Foul beast, warden of dead gods, I rebuke you." And I activate my rebellious defense. So I get a +1 circumstance bonus on all my attack rolls against this foe, and I get a +1 circumstance bonus against saving throws, against attack spells, or effects that it does against me.
Ooh, yeah.
And I also would say, now you have awakened just in time to realize that you probably should have stayed asleep. And I'd like to activate my Shadow Snap,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
my focus spell.
So how does that work?
So I need a point of clarification
Yeah.
because I do have an attack version of it, and then I've got another version where I can just use it to inhibit.
Yeah.
And it says if I roll a crit, something happens, but that's also, is it if I roll a crit, it inhibits it, and if I don't get a crit, nothing happens?
No. It's if you get the crit, it inhibits it there.
Right, but I mean, like, if I just roll in, like, let's say I just get a normal success on the to inhibit with to make my shadow stalk it, does that mean nothing happens? Like the spell has no effect?
Oh, so yeah, you can attempt to stalk or make the attack roll against it. Sure. If it's a critical, yeah. So okay, yeah. It's only if it's a critical does it disrupt the action.
Got it.
Yeah.
I don't like those odds, so
Yeah.
we're going to stick with, and I know you guys are going to be shocked, violence.
That's right.
So, from behind the creature and the shadow of its own wing beats, a face comes out of it that looks like its own shadow that turns and looks at it and just bites into its neck. Like I've turned its shadow against it, or at least I'm trying to.
Eek.
Let's see. So,
You have a spell attack.
So you're on.
It might be at the top of your spell.
Just think it's over here somewhere, maybe.
sorry, I'm playtesting everybody.
Fine.
You're good.
I think I see it right at the
Right
bottom.
there, +7.
Somewhere. Okay,
Plus
so
7.
21 all total.
21 all total. A 21 will hit it.
Excellent. Then that will be 1d10 cold damage.
Yes.
You tell him.
All right.
You chill him. You chill him.
Exactly, because I'm cold like that.
I see.
For a big old 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
The,
First blood.
the ice kind of goes over the wings. It's sort of cracking them as it moves. It's not having the best of times with that. It like lets out a chortle cry again.
Yes, it'll all be over soon.
That's going to bring us to Commander Goathard.
Great. Now, we had a successful Intimidate roll from Quinn, so I assume it's already demoralized,
Yeah.
and that doesn't stack. All right, so
No, unless you got a crit on it, then you'd make it slightly.
I get you, yeah. So intimidating shot is probably not called for. So what I'm going to do is, I mean, we're already doing it, but I'm actually using the ability of get 'em.
Yep.
So it's like, all right, team, take it down. And that means that we're going to get some bonuses on, and it's going to actually have some penalties. So it'll
Yes.
have a -1 circumstance penalty to AC and reflex saves.
Yep.
And there will also be some damage bonuses for us.
Yeah, you'll get the damage if you follow up with an attack, which
Gotcha.
I'm guessing you're probably
Which I am
going to
do. I'm going to use acquire asset at the same time. Now, does acquired asset also initiate an attack, or do I have to spend my third action on that?
So acquiring asset. Let's see here. That one is That's just one. That's just one action. So you would get them and then shoot and then acquire asset, and that could be your round.
Right.
The only thing to keep in mind is where you're positioned right now. You might want to move, otherwise it's got a bit of cover from you right now. So you might, rather than acquiring an asset, you might want to move up to sort of take a shot at it as another third action. That's an option as well.
Okay, yeah. So I will use that for my move just to get a clear shot at
so
it.
move, get them, and then
And but I have used get 'em, so it has a circumstance penalty to its AC.
Yep.
And if I successfully land this will be some...
You don't have to succeed. It'll still get the extra damage regardless for
great.
everyone. Yep.
All right. So let's see how this goes. Ah,
Ooh.
damn, that is only a 3, so 8 total. This will probably go wide.
So you got those hero points.
Yeah, you know what? I'm
That's
spending this
right.
hero
There
point.
we
I'm looking
go.
pretty metal right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
so
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
have to,
yeah.
Come with me on this.
Probably better than 3. Great. So that takes it up to a total of, I believe, with the bonus, 18?
So with the bonus and the penalty, that is going to hit.
Great. And I will get a +3 circumstance bonus to the damage on it.
Yes.
Do we all get the +3 or just you?
Everybody else gets a +1 on damage bonuses to hit until the top of my next turn, I think.
Yes.
Thanks, Commander.
And this will be, I believe, just 1d6.
Just
Yeah.
straight d6.
So this is with the auto pistol. So that, with my damage bonus, that is a total of 5.
Yeah.
You just do that one, yeah.
Perfect. So you come up as the wings have sort of frozen over, command your allies to get this creature, and then unload a series of bullets that go tearing into the side of its wings as it continues to sort of shake around. But then it's gonna go. And the first thing it's gonna do is it's gonna do a big display with its wings. Its wings roll back, and there's this sound as I need all of you to give me a will save.
Is this considered an attack?
This is not an attack.
Okay.
This has the emotion, fear, mental, and visual traits.
Gotcha.
Wisdom or is will is something different?
Will save.
Will save.
Is one of your defenses.
I see it there.
Oh, nope.
Ooh, that's a
That one.
Oh no.
well.
My second of the game, thank you.
Did the two people who spent their hero points just fail this?
Yep.
Yes.
That's what happens.
Excellent.
Depends on
Games
how
are fun.
I got to 11.
Okay. How did Day
in
do
there.
here?
I got a 20.
Okay,
I'm
so Day, you're fine. You had a natural 1.
A
if I
nat 1,
recall.
so I mean,
Quinn, you had a
10.
10. Okay.
Uh-oh.
So
if it matters, I think I get up to like a 8.
no, not with a 1.
No.
You go right to
I
the
just-
bottom of the
yeah.
critical failure pile. But that will leave Chick and Quinn. You are now both frightened 1
Uh-huh.
and suppressed 1. That will slow down your movement speed and give you a -2 attack rolls, which is great for Quinn, closing with that sword cane. So
yeah,
good.
and I'm on the very back too.
Yeah, I know. It's great. You take solace in that. However, Commander Goatherd, you are frightened too.
Okay.
And you are.
I am frightened as well.
Oh yeah, and you are suppressed for 2 rounds.
Gotcha. Now, could you tell what is suppressed in this case?
Yeah, so suppressed is a new condition in Starfinder, and what that will do is that will apply a minus 5 movement speed penalty to you,
Gotcha.
and it will reduce your attack bonus by 1.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that was 2 of its actions. With its next action, it proceeds to crush forward.
All right, looks like Chick gets to experience a little pain.
Say it to my face.
Roar. It will do that.
Also, for the record, I'm not a tank like at all. I just talk a lot of trash.
Fine. All right, Day, you're up.
All right, they are adjacent, aren't they? No, there's a space between, isn't there? Yeah. Okay. So Day says, I got this. So sparks fly from their shoes as they skate somehow on a trail of just solar energy, creating kind of this aurora barrier between their friends and the monster. I am using Stellar Rush. There we go. I can move up to 70 feet, and I believe that was 55. So I get the zoomies, and I'm leaving a trail. Come in. By the way, everything is concealed, so you are concealed from that creature right now because of which means basically that it has to try to attempt a flat check to even hit you. So
Is it like a cloud of glitter?
it's a cloud of glitter, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's a cloud of glitter. And also, unfortunately, it is also concealed from you. So when you're not scared anymore, you're probably going to want to leave the curtain of energy if it's still up. But my first 2 actions, and then for my 3rd action, I am just going to whip out that battle ribbon, and we're going to attack. Of course, that was a cycling ability, so my battle ribbon has turned black and crackling with gravitonic energy, and it is now a graviton whip.
No, he's in trouble now.
Here we go. Here we go.
All right, here we go. Let's see. That is a 10.
A 10 does not hit the creature.
What I've been learning through
It looks
all...
really cool, though.
It did.
It looked great.
What
I think
no one even knows you missed.
Yeah, it's fine, yeah.
It
I
probably
totally
doesn't
did.
matter, but it still has its penalty because of the get 'em. Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
great.
Yes.
And that was my turn.
All right, that's going to bring us back to the top of the round with a spry Quinn.
Quinn, get in there. What are you doing?
Quinn.
I need to put the sword back in the cane. I'm slowed down. Okay, so I need to figure out if this is my chance to attack. I'm going to devise another stratagem.
Are you? Are you?
No, this
You're
is
not
terrible, this is
devising?
terrible.
Okay.
But fortunately, let's see, known weakness. As part of the same thing to devise a stratagem, I can attempt to recall knowledge as part of that action. So I'm just going to apply the bonus right there. I know nothing.
Grandpa, let's get you to bed.
even with my +1, I get a total of 7 on nature, so I might even be critically failing that.
Quinn, you know it is vulnerable to just stabbing.
Okay. So
Chick, please, I'm thinking.
the trick is
You're
it's a
thinking too
turtle.
much.
If you get it on its back and give it belly rubs, it will become, docile to you. That's what you know. That's totally not a critical fail, everybody. That's totally legit knowledge.
I've never faced one of these things before. That sounds reasonable.
You know what? Gila monsters are ticklish, and there was somebody somewhere along the way that was like, "Who's your little guy?" And they were like,
Yeah, exactly.
"I'm a poisonous little guy."
I'm here. I'm just here.
You know what? Even with the being slowed down slightly, I can just get close enough to try and do a trip attack.
Okay,
So
do
I'm-
it. Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Don't you mean rub its tummy?
Well, you gotta get it on the back first.
Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
Order of operations, please, Dave. All right.
It's got a penalty. It's got some strong penalties.
That's right. It does have its penalty to AC and reflex.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, this is another one I'm not trained in.
And
Great. Fantastic.
You're giving us a bonus too, right?
That is right. If you actually damage it, you each get a +1 circumstance.
I sure didn't hit it, but
You have to crit
thank you.
succeed, do some fall damage, it'll be fine.
I get a natural 1.
Oh my gosh.
now
Which-
So you fall prone.
Correct.
All right, if you want to just take that mini and put it on its side there, excellent,
Night,
perfect.
So
We're playtesting how many nat ones is possible in a game. Of Starfinder.
This is where you learn Starfinder is just better than Pathfinder, as evidenced by this.
Thirsty
It
said.
happened on the internet. It's true.
Yeah.
Thirsty's told me that this would work out totally fine. Pathfinder's totally compatible.
It is.
Yeah, now I can
Compatible
find
up
out how
to-
dying works.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah,
it's
we're
coming.
playtesting.
All right, Chick, you're up.
Luckily enough, I don't have to know where it is to maintain my shadow snap.
Yeah.
So, gonna try that. That is 18 on the die, so
That-
20,
Nice.
25, 26 with my, 26 with my, having rebuked it.
Oh, and that'll be its AC goes down by 1 because of the get 'em.
Excellent.
So just because of that stacking, that is a critical. So you're gonna do double damage.
Teamwork! All right, teamwork.
Teamwork.
Yes. I just
Makes the
got
dream
to
work.
say,
I was there.
my back is hurting from carrying you.
Hey, I'm just one belly rub away from being docile.
Unfortunately, I didn't roll great, so it's only 6 points of damage.
That's it.
That's with the circumstance
yeah,
bonus?
Oh no,
No,
so
so it'll be 10.
7.
And you doubled it
And-
too.
Oh no,
Oh, no, it's
I
two
just
dice,
rolled
it's
2
two
dice.
Oh, okay.
I just rolled
Okay.
poorly.
And am I remembering that when you critically hit, you get some sort of extra effect? Was that what we were talking about?
It's Shadow Snap. No, well, no, that is.
No, that's if
I'd done
you do the other one.
Okay.
It would have worked, but that's okay. That's a big gamble to be like, I must crit to do
Yep.
this thing. I'm like, okay.
All right, that's your first action, right? You sustained it. So
Yes. Now, what was this? If I want to hit it with the pain glaive, I've got to find it, or
you
something?
gotta step up and then you gotta hit it.
I mean, I'll try.
Yeah.
I'm like, I believe it is right about here. However,
It's right over me.
having used the Shadow Snap counts towards my multiple attack penalty.
Yes, so you'll take a -5 on your attack roll with the
minus
pain glaive.
5.
Yep.
This is just bonus damage.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, you said tickle it, right? Let's
Easy
see.
20.
Let's see. So it's going to be 12, which gets to 16, 17, back down to 12. So 12.
That will not hit the creature.
Yeah.
It's kind of roiling around as more cold has come on it. It's screeching. It's getting its claws ready.
Yes, good.
Commander Goatherd.
All right, I'm going to renew well, first of all, because I'm at frightened 2, right?
Is that what it sounds like?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's frightened too.
Yeah,
right
okay,
there.
great. So first I experienced some night terrors. I'm just like, cobras! And then in between screaming, I will renew get him.
Yep.
So I say to you two, all right, team, keep doing what you're doing. Quinn, smarten up, get it together. All right. So that renews that, so we'll continue with the bonuses for that.
Yep.
Then I will do an attack, and I will attempt, the last action will be to acquire assets.
Absolutely.
And it's still got its AC penalty now because I've renewed that. That is going to be a total of 15.
That will just miss. You're kind of ducking and weaving between some of your allies. You take the shot, it goes a bit wide. It sort of turns around. It's continuing to wail and gnash.
Cool. And but I've acquired it as an asset.
Yep.
Okay, great. So I will get some bonuses next time out.
Well, it's going to go now. It sees a lot of people around it. First of all,
That guy's just laying there.
that guy's just laying
Hey,
there.
it was interested in you, so don't try.
It's going to attack both of you. Don't worry.
That's fair.
It's going to start
That's reasonable.
with a. I'll even randomize. We'll go low for Chick Chick. Oh, it's going to go for Chick Chick first. It's going to bite Chick Chick.
Then I will use this interruption, this reaction to say, Chick, watch out, it's trying to bite you. So I'm using my watch out ability. So Chick is going to get some bonuses here. They have a +2 circumstance bonus to their AC against this attack.
Perfect. All right. So here we go. It's going to come in. It's going to Not hit Chick.
My
It's
AC
going
is
to.
currently 19.
Oh, it's definitely. I rolled a 5. It's not hitting you. It like goes to bite. It like stamps its feet angrily as it does so.
Is that a critical fail?
Not a critical fail. No.
Okay, because if it missed it more by 10,
Yeah. If it missed it more by 10, but it does not.
What's
So-
your normal AC?
it's normally 17, but it's 19 currently.
19 currently, yes.
Okay, all right.
But it has more than a 9.
Got
But
it.
it's going to take its second attack. It's angry now.
Oh, it's supposed to hit that other guy.
Well, that's exactly who it's going for,
Oh,
and it's
good,
going
yeah.
with
Now
one of its fists.
I've of course already used my watch out,
Correct,
so I
so you
can't,
can't
use
use
it.
it
So
again.
so I very loudly I shouted, "Chick, watch out!" And then I quietly to myself I say, "Oh no, Quinn, watch out!"
That's all right. I'm supposed to smarten up, apparently.
Something we can agree on.
Oh, that's not as good. It's only going to be a 14.
14 is going to. Wait.
Wait.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, my AC is 16, but I'm prone, so I'm off guard.
That's right. That's
So I
right.
hit.
That's right. Let's get some. Oh, I like that. 10 points of damage as it like crushes your chest with one of its fists, and it lets out this as it then unfolds its wings and sets them up to be like a shield. So it is now protecting itself. All right, Day, you're up.
All right, you come over here, and I'm going to Stellar Rush again. This time, I am not using my full range of movement, but I want to stay within 15 feet, so I'm going to circle over.
Sorry, we're going like
A
this
little
way?
bit, yeah, and yeah, keep
Like
me
15,
over.
you say?
I'll say 5, yeah, put me right, actually,
Right
one
adjacent?
more, yeah, get me a little farther away, actually.
Oh, away
Sorry.
from it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I see what you're gonna
One
do.
more. And then
There's a cunning plan here.
So I have a cunning plan. So because I'm graviton attuned, all creatures within 15 feet of where I end are pulled toward me, unless they can make a
It's a fortitude.
fortitude save.
Yep.
Oh, turtles aren't good at that.
I think the turtle's pretty good at this.
Ah,
That's a
dang.
26.
All right, I don't pull you closer to me.
But you pull me closer from here.
Oh,
though, then,
thanks,
yeah.
BFF. Okay, well, I
Besties for resties.
still have one more action, so I am going to. I have cycled back to Stellar, so I am
time.
going to take a solar shot.
Yeah.
The little orb over my shoulder, pew, shoots a laser right into that turtle dragon bat thing, whatever that is. All right, let's see. That is a 16 to hit.
Now, a 16 would normally hit with the get 'em, but because its shield is raised, it's actually going to deflect.
All right, whatever.
Wow.
That's like,
All right, fine.
that's, yeah,
Whatever,
ooh, it's got wings.
It's
bet.
got
Yeah,
wings. It's so
I'm
cool.
so cool.
All
I
right.
have wings and a shell and a
Whatever,
shield.
like so lame.
Ugh.
All right.
Cringe.
Here's Quinn's chance, everybody.
Quinn.
Oh no, Quinn, watch out!
All right. So if the dice go my way, this will be great. If not, then
Oh.
if not, then it'll be like every other one of my turns. All right. So first off, I'm going to see this primordial cave human, or ancient ape person, whatever you want to call me.
Lord of the Rings cosplayer.
Yeah,
Horrifying. Look at the
Well,
ridge.
you know what?
Look at the
It was a-
eyebrow ridge.
That Lord
Galarian
of the-
World Reject.
Oh gosh, does anybody have a
You're so mean.
Thirsty? Can you say something nice about me?
I mean, if you do something.
Your character's still alive.
I hold Lord of the Rings cosplayers in very high regard. How
Okay,
do you
so
know?
Lord of the Rings, it was a fellowship, there was teamwork, and you know what? My one ancestry feat for Quinn as a human is cooperative nature, so I'm really good at aiding others. And so I'm going to try and aid the attack of Chick, and because I'm pinned underneath this thing right now, and with my sword cane, and it has its shield wings right in front of it, I'm going to use those to like poke them out, the shield wings out of the way to make an opening for the pain glaive. All right, so I get an extra +4 because of my cooperative nature, and normally it's a DC of 15 to aid.
Yep.
So with all of that, I'm getting a 28. So it's a critical success
yep.
aid. So you're going to get a +2 on your next pain glaive attack.
Hey.
And then I'm going to devise a strategy, because clearly this is my chance. Jenny, why? Why?
Dice jail. Dice jail.
Are there other hero points that we have?
You know, it's been a while, right? Like, I should probably award one.
Oh no, it's going to Chick Chick, isn't it?
Yeah, it's absolutely gonna be Chick.
Yeah, he was way cooler.
Thank you.
Hang on, maybe there's something else I can give to Thirsty. Bribes.
Hip flask.
Thirsty. You're in charge of Starfinder. Maybe you'll take a Starfinder trophy from Pathfinder First Edition when we won the 2018 Origins Gaming Award.
Were you holding on to
have
that,
that? Like, that's
just for this moment? Do we think I should give him a hero point for that? Yeah. Okay. All right. Yay!
Now I can roll another one. This is great. Oh, that's a 16. All right, I'll take it.
Okay.
So that was my second action. So I have a 16 in reserve. I get to use my intelligence bonus for my attacks because I devised a stratagem successfully this time.
Here we go.
And then I'm going to just stab upward with the sword cane.
Here we go.
So basically I get to sub in the 16 for the attack roll. I get a 25 plus. I think there's a get 'em in play.
Yep.
And
It's gonna hit. It's gonna hit.
Oh boy.
Come on, big math.
All right. 9 points of piercing damage.
Hey.
And I'm sure that you have some sort of reaction like shield block, but how can you do that? I'm under you. I'm tickling you in the belly. It makes you docile.
Nope.
I know things.
I'm not even gonna shield block it. I'll explain why later. Chick, you're up.
Oh.
When Chick sees this attack land, like right next to him, and you're still struggling underneath him, he looks at you and he says, Zomshellen desires your pain.
She already has it.
She does not desire your death. And
You mean I
see
suffer more?
the shadows around you come up and start to wrap around you like a cocoon as I transfer 10 points of vitality back to you and heal you.
Then why does it hurt?
And, well, that's a feature, not a bug.
You're a bug.
But you're a bug.
That's
About to
exactly.
say.
That's a feature. I'm a bug. We got there.
We got there.
That is going to blot out dim light, or bright light becomes dim light around you, and it is dark enough that you can hide in it if you so choose. So it is just like a shadowy,
You might want to.
shadowy cocoon around you, and I'm going to maintain my void warp. Or not my void warp, sorry, shadow snap.
Yeah.
To keep trying to beat on it, which is 16 on the die, which is 19 with bonuses, 26.
Yeah, roll me some damage.
Isn't that 10 points more?
Because its hands are up now.
I guess for what it's worth, the aid action I was intending for the pain glaive, but if it's his first attack, then it could get applied there.
Oh, that's right. That could be applied.
Oh,
there.
I actually already did. I
You know- oh,
didn't
you
realize you were
okay,
parsing
okay.
that. Sorry.
Okay.
That
All
was
good.
the 26 was including that +2.
But roll me damage.
Okay, all right, let's see here. 5.
So the reason I didn't react earlier, everyone-
Something stupid's about to happen.
No, it's because Quinn managed to get this thing down to 1 hit point, and I really just wanted a situation where John couldn't have the kill, and so this thing collapses over with the barest touch. The barest, like you go, and it's like the chill from the hand is enough for it to go. I'm out.
I assume when it stops making that noise, the fear effect goes away?
Yes.
Great. So I'm like, Cobras! Good work, everyone.
So since it's
It doesn't fall on you.
okay, hey, he's known me long enough. He knows exactly what question I'm about to ask.
Oh, just leave him. But
The turtle, right?
To be clear, the rock creatures, are they still here?
Yeah,
Or,
so
like, are
at
we still
this
in
point,
combat?
you can go and you can see these creatures that have sort of rotating, rocky, bricky faces, and we might even have some art of them. These creatures are sort of huddled together. And they're sort of like looking up, and you can tell that they're communicating with like this grinding of their own like head parts turning. And there's like fast like grinding going on between some of them.
What kind
I
of
know.
planet is this? Like, oh, hold on.
But as they're like clearly
They're on Grinder.
I'm a very young bug.
and you have Mahuz will come up. Wow, that was sure a lot.
Yeah. Are your people okay?
Yeah, we were just so impressed by Everyone but Quinn in that. We're sorry, Quinn.
When he says something bad, I'm like, we're a team, man. What are you talking about? And I like pick Quinn up.
It's the classic like elder sibling thing of only I get to beat up on you.
No, he couldn't have done it without him, Four Arms.
No, that's fair. That's
Look
fair.
at it, not a scratch on the man.
Now, Mahoozle had mentioned that they were going to take care of the
Yeah, so
rock
they
guys.
brought them over, and they're sort of huddled together, and they're having this like conversation from their rotating parts.
Any luck communicating with these fellas?
That's the darndest thing. I don't speak rock.
Oh, well, hold on.
neither.
I speak the universal language of limited telepathy.
So with limited telepathy, the only thing is you have to share a language with the target.
Are they
it's
speaking
limited.
Shirin, Versite, or Shadow Tongue by any chance?
They are not.
What about Common Pacha or Vesk?
Not also happening.
Oh.
How about a pile of no longer relevant Galarian languages?
Oddly enough, these are the descendants of the people of Galt. So
Yes!
no.
They could be speaking primordial. You never know.
Now,
Quinn gets to keep nothing.
is it? I understand there'd be a penalty, of course, but is it possible for me to attempt diplomacy, but trying to speak in gesture and whatnot?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Communicating with them is, absolutely something you can do.
I will observe them for a bit to get them as assets and get a bonus on that diplomacy roll to try to offset the penalty a bit. Okay.
I will just say while he's doing this, and I try to project something to them, and I don't really get anything in return, I just sort of like bow to them a little, and I point at the turtle and begin to like graphically behead it with the bane glaive.
There's the universal language.
The rotating of bricks intensifies.
Okay, so I'm watching this rotating of bricks, just trying to get. It's like, how do they communicate? It's just interesting. So I will, as I said, I have acquired them as assets, which will give me a +1 circumstance bonus to diplomacy. And what kind of a penalty am I looking at?
No penalty. I'll factor that in just for the total result.
Okay, cool.
I'll give him guidance.
Cool. So that is a +2 on
As
this.
you're tearing it.
And I've got this, diplomacy at 7. So this will be a +9 total on whatever this roll
Absolutely.
is. That is a 24.
All right. So there's a lot of communication going back and forth. This is very abstract. This is taking place over a good amount of time here. So there's a little bit of resting involved as you're communicating. Very clearly, there are some exaggerated movements from these rock stone people as they're moving about like brick-laden twisting hands and whatnot and moving them up, and their heads are rotating in different sections.
They're theater kids.
Yeah.
In my communication efforts, I'm basically doing my best to mimik that, like probably just making
Yeah.
weird expressions and moving around, trying to. Again, I've got them as assets, so I've hopefully figured it out.
Yeah, so you're able to get a little bit of information. They are able to identify themselves, particularly when they kind of like get a bit of like a data pad from Mahoozle, and they start like attempting to use like images and raw shapes, and then they're also doing these gestures to you.
Okay, 2 words.
Yes,
First word. No, I'm doing charades.
rotate left.
Oh, okay, all right. It is Children of a Lesser God.
Rotate right.
Oh no, it's okay. It's a book. So we're going like this. right?
Arms rotating left, legs rotating right.
Oh, I think I know. Room with a View. Obscure 80s movies. This is my category.
Earth girls are easy.
Ooh,
No.
okay.
Okay. So with that, you're able to identify though a little bit about it, like just by piecing together some information and like pointing with the data pad and trying to communicate. You realize that these are their species is called the Alethi. And they clearly use this technology to hide from the Civ Dominion. And the nearest like word you can grok out of it is they keep using the word quantum a lot. Like they,
Oh no.
yeah.
Interesting. So I'm gathering with what information that we had before, they weren't necessarily cloaked so much as perhaps out of phase with this dimension.
Exactly. They looked, in fact, like very startled when they came back, like they haven't aged in the extreme amount of time that has passed.
I will let them know that the people they were hiding from are they're no longer a threat, correct? Like they're they're
like,
long extinct. So,
long extinct.
So I do the the standard Futurama greeting. Welcome to the future.
So what you're saying is bricks don't crack.
Yeah, fair. Yeah. At this point, their reaction is like you're able to gauge it as a almost relief, but then a shock, and they're going through some different rotational brick movements as they comprehend their feelings. And then one of them starts to point up and points up at the sky, particularly like one of the chunk holes that has fallen out. It's like,
yeah, I fill them in on the current situation in terms of like it's all coming down, and this is why we're able to actually make contact with the planet.
Wasn't our fault, not this time. And while we're having this conversation, I'm making a necklace out of the turtle's whatever teeth-like protrusions it had from a bestie.
yeah.
I found it squiddly spooge.
I'm gonna make a hide, like some shoes for Chick out of that. Just kind of
it matches the pants.
It does, yeah.
Oh, they're still.
Oh, they're still talking.
Right,
yeah,
yes.
whatever. I don't know.
First word
And they're doing all of
sounds
these
like-
gestures, and it's like there's this ever intensifying like hand gestures of stuff coming down.
Do they have?
And then they start pointing to the tower.
Do they have a written language? They made all those pictographs. Just write it down, man.
We're working it out. Now, am I gathering that they are very concerned about what's going on?
Oh yeah. They're looking up at the sky, exceptionally concerned.
So I'm trying to communicate to them. Well, how do we stop it then? Do you? This is your technology. Can't you do something?
This would be a great opportunity for a society check.
Society.
So
Anyone can hop in here too.
something also, since there's been so much time spent, rotating heads and all that stuff, it's long enough for me to have made them a second lead. So I'll get a +1. I'm going to clue you in so that I can. I've been watching them spin around. Maybe I have some insights as to how to actually convey anything other than like a noun.
Cool. And can I get a guidance as well?
Absolutely.
So with the asset, so I have +3, and then I've got society at 5, so this will be +8 on this.
Sure.
I'll give it a shot. Mine is 1, big old 1.
Man.
17 plus 8 is 25.
Ooh.
Okay. So you can tell that this individual who's now the lead, their name is Glarak. Glarak is pointing at a tower, not the one here, but just a little bit over this way, kind of further to the west. They're pointing at this tower and is communicating this idea that like you have to go to that tower. We need to stabilize that tower. And what they then show is they kind of walk up to the tower near this area, and they stick their hand, and their hand goes through it. And then they try to like move their hand over controls in the consoles, and it doesn't go into it, and they're like pointing at you.
I got
Oh,
it.
that sucks.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, yeah,
So you can't actually interact with these things.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if we just left these dudes there?
Let's
Please
see.
don't start another.
See if I'm feeling rapscallion or. That would be hilarious. Yes, I think that would be hilarious.
I've not rolled a paladin once.
Nope, it's been all renegade. However, given our mission parameters, well, I like success better than failure. Do they seem to? Can I interact with the nearby tower? Like, again, I don't actually need.
It's a bit of a walk there because these aren't wireless because of their
Gotcha.
magical connection. So you'd have to like make the journey there. It's maybe like a 10-minute jaunt from where you are through the jungle area.
Okay.
Before we go, can you ask them about the plants, the sentient plants that are interwoven with the technology?
Sure. Yeah. Like, so these plants. Any significance to the plants? Are we able to?
I've taught them the basics. Well, never mind.
They-
Sorry, it's a kid's show.
They
Sorry.
do not know.
Right.
They do not know. This might have happened while they were away. Who knows?
Excellent.
Yeah, which I think, Chick, you would have realized with your prior nature check that the plants developed basically as a means to survive with all the other wildlife being gone, like the insects and whatnot. There was no pollination. So this developed because of what happened.
Just a spare thought. Given that there were about 10 minutes of horrific butchering of a turtle monster,
Yes.
and
Oh,
that
it's
is
much
a
faster
that is
than
a
that.
painful style of art, could that qualify as Chick having refocused to regain a focus point?
Absolutely.
Cool.
It's you know that I'm just kind of humming to myself. This is how I pray. Return to me. Return to me. Return to me.
Okay, so I let everybody else know, relay all that information, say it looks like that tower is our objective. And we've got to do what we can to try to stabilize the situation, or else things are going to get pretty hairy.
Point of clarification, storyteller. In combat, my transfer vitality recharges at a certain rate. Outside of combat, is it safe to assume I just get it back?
For purposes of this, that's fine.
Okay, got it. Which I will say, for flavor, after a little while, it's like those shadows around you kind of like come off of you back to me. I'm just like,
Oh, hey, they took the pain.
yes, you'll get more later.
No, I won't.
Yep, off to tower number 2.
Okay, so
Wait, there's 2 towers here. We have read the ancient hollow scrolls.
I'm really sad that this is the only thing that survived into the future.
it's really building up for Quinn to get a crit so we can have a Return of the King, but that won't happen. All right.
When do I get my ghost army?
So you begin making your way towards the tower to the west. As you carry on, there is a sound above you. It sounds like if you've ever, moved a piece of glass that's slightly like ajar in a larger piece of glass, it's like that, except magnified.
You guys don't freak out.
I hate to be Chicken Little, but the sky is falling.
And with that,
We die.
I would like all of you to roll me a perception for initiative, please.
Oh.
Okay, I assume my incredible initiative comes into play here.
Yep.
I don't know how it interacts with initiative, but a natural 20.
Oh, nice. That'll just work normally. So
So it's what in
Yeah,
perception?
just perception.
So
Yeah.
29.
29. Okay.
I'm like, you are not gonna squash the bug. Not gonna
What'd
squash
you
the
get?
bug. Not gonna squash
16 total.
16. Perfect. Okay. Day.
19.
Okay. Perfect. And Quinn.
I'm back at 25.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, not so fast this time.
Well, look, going soon is the only thing I'm able to do, apparently.
Alrighty. Chick. You see that these guys literally falling. You have some options here. You can use some skills to maybe get through this event that is occurring. You could use some acrobatics or some athletics, maybe some survival, or possibly even life science, lore, nature, or religion as different options here.
Counterpoint: is there a violence option for dealing with this?
If you really want, I would allow you to wait until one of the shards of the atmospheric glass came hurtling down from the atmosphere towards you and try to swing at it with your pain glaive like a bat.
Well, more accurately, I would like to use one of my spells, Grim Tendrils, which is I attack everything in a line.
Yeah, absolutely. So
So-
just kind of like wait.
Yeah. I just, I literally, when it starts to come down, I'm like, you guys run. The bug is going to squish back. And you see like black energy start forming around my hands.
All right, yeah. So you write your spell. As you do this,
As someone that actually lives in the world, like it sounds rad when I'm talking about it, but like practically are like 40 million tons about to fall, and that's a stupid idea.
no. This is
Seems rad.
This
It's more like 50 million times.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is very thin shards that are coming down. So
Got it.
they're sort of like embedding
At
themselves
terminal velocity.
There's no negative
on a
repercussions
magic
to spreading that out.
planet.
Sure.
Like
Yeah.
it'll be fine.
It's
Alright.
nothing my shadow magic can't do.
I will need everyone though to give me a reflex save. Really.
There it is.
quick.
Why? I don't
Yeah,
understand.
Sorry.
Ooh.
Oops.
I'm shockingly
Dear,
dexterous.
so total of 20.
Total of
21.
21.
15.
15.
16.
16. All right. So, Day and Quinn, you both take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as debris rains and falls on you.
Oh, did I do my thing?
You did.
Oh,
This
oh,
is.
I just
this
made
is
it worse.
This no. This is kind of the immediate effect as
Got
this
it.
happens.
I
So
see,
you
yeah.
got to go right before it, but then
Perfect.
the sort of effect occurs afterwards. You've actually caused some of this damage to be dissipated amongst everyone, but you can tell that there's more shards coming down. So each of you are going to have to kind of take actions now to sort of get through this. So next up, that'll be Quinn.
Okay. I'm not good at rushing through things. For some reason, this investigator was not given survival to actually be able to track things, so that's out of the picture. Sad to say, I think the best thing I have of the things you listed is religion.
Yeah, pray to
And,
your God to make it stop.
Look, divine intervention is the only thing that's saving Quinn at this point.
That's fair. That's fair.
So-
Let's see if the gods will love
I'm-
Quinn.
Or maybe they'll send him to another world.
I'm right here. No, what do you?
The worst part is, of course, Quinn's going to start praying to all the gods that don't actually exist in Starfinder.
Yes.
Oh.
I feel like I would have given you at least one beautifully hand-drawn Jean Shellin pamphlet
I get a grand total of 12 on my religion.
that you did not read.
Correct.
You sadly prayed to the wrong gods, Quinn.
He probably doesn't know how to read.
I pray to Gorum, not knowing that he basically got exploded 1 year later during the War of Immortals.
All right, Day. How are you coping with this?
Well, I think I want to draw on my memories of action movies and vid games that I've played where a character has to run through this kind of gauntlet and there's
Yeah.
a timer. So I'm going to just like draw on that memory with my media lore.
Oh, okay.
Can
Yeah.
I do that?
Yeah,
Just 'cause
absolutely.
it's,
That
you know,
sounds cool.
Yeah, let's just do it because it sounds
That
cool.
sounds like the type of media we consume. Honestly, that's
It does.
right.
So
It
what
does.
was that?
Well,
This is 6.
Hey,
Was a
you're one of the
6.
people here who hasn't used a hero point.
It's true.
It is true.
This is the point where you could have a badass moment.
You could look so cool.
Yeah.
You're gonna look cool no matter what, sweetie.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Gonna spend that hero point?
No.
Wow. Wow. Okay. I
No,
see how it is.
good.
I see how it is. I see how it is.
I'm going to regret that.
All right,
but-
Commander Goddard.
Okay, of the things you mentioned, I think my best bet is probably acrobatics. So
Yeah.
let's see how that goes. That is a total of 21.
Oh, you are ducking and weaving out of the way of this stuff. It is not impacting you at all. You are managing to get completely out of the way. Now, with that, more shards are beginning to land. So, Chick and Commander Goatherd, both of you are fine, having succeeded your checks, but the other two. Ooh, can you both give me reflex saves again?
I can try.
As Quinn is praying for it to stop, and Day is just standing there remembering all sorts of 80s movies.
Yes. I recall, yes.
Just-
Jean-Claude Van
25.
Damme.
That was better.
25?
Yeah.
That's actually
That's better.
that's a crit success.
And I have exactly 25 as well. So I might have been praying to the wrong deities, but one of the ones I didn't know about has answered.
Yes. All right, but this is still going on. Chick, we're back. This is still raining down. You feel like if you can do a few more things to endure it, you should be in a good position. So what do you want to do now?
Well, I saw my bestie for SD was trying to clear out, so maybe it's time to clear out. So to be clear, were either of them harmed by what just happened?
Yeah, right?
I'm asking.
Not the
Were we?
recent one. No, just
The first one.
Just the first one. Just the first
Yeah.
one.
So, but I mean, have either of them been damaged?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I would like to use my, well, first thing I would do, especially because I'm going to say you ran past me, right? I'm just going to pull out, art is my passion and antiques. So I have a small cylindrical device that contains a number of songs, some of which have been my own creations, and I wrote one for my bestie, and it seems like she's having a hard time, so I'm just going to click, boop, and activate motivating ringtone, which is a thing.
Yep. That is a spell you can cast.
Hand to Zeb Shalin, it is a thing where a song plays on your device that is going to heal you for 1d8 plus 4 give you a +5 status bonus so you can move faster, a
Yeah.
+1 status bonus against fear effects, and as long as it keeps playing, this is maintained. So I'm gonna let you describe what the song is, though, that like magically motivates you when it comes on.
That's my jam. So kind of a swirling, calm, cosmic sound of like tinkling bells and wind chimes, whispering winds, builds and gathers, and you hear this kind of whoop, whoop, whoop in the background that's slowly increasing, whoop, 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 and then the beat drops, and then it's just like the glitch hop club mix.
And I rolled an 8, so 12 hit points
Damn.
back to her.
Thank
we
you.
go.
And I am gonna keep that going. So the healing is one time, but the other stuff will stick with her till I drop it. And I guess I'm not terribly dexterous. So what were my skill options?
Acrobatics, athletics. You can do religion. Again, you can also pray to your gods.
Yes, absolutely. Now that I know a thing or two about. But only 14.
Your gods aren't quite answering you here.
Well, she wants me to suffer.
That's true. Have some more glass.
Right. But I am. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. Quinn, you're up.
Nobody answered me, so it's clearly just time to book it. I'm going to try athletics.
Here we go.
Never got around to running very much. I was always kind of an urban investigator, so let's. I'm not built for the future. I get
Sir,
it.
sir, give me this. Dice jail.
But that's my mummy's mask die. It's all about like ancient Egypt and the past.
You are about to be buried in the eternal sands if you keep relying on this die.
Well, in the meantime, I got a 6 on athletics,
Ooh.
which for all I know is a critical failure.
Cringe.
The GM will remember this. Day.
This is not considered an attack, is it?
No.
I cannot help you. I'm sorry.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna do an athletics check for this one, and I
Okay.
move faster, but I'll
That'll be. You'll get a bonus here.
Sure.
You get +5.
At +5. Okay. Ooh, that's great.
And some.
It's your speed.
What,
Yeah.
what kind of check?
It's to your
An
speed.
athletics, yeah.
It's a
No,
+5
but
to speed.
But
is
she
what
gets
you get.
all kinds of stuff for.
It's a skill check, yeah. So.
Yeah, I think the motivating ringtone just gives a boost to speed, which we'll factor in here. But what'd you get?
23.
That is definitely a success. You are starting to outrun, get away from this, with the motivating ringtone. Just bring you can tell you're all so close to enduring this. It's just gonna come down to what Commander Goat heard.
Okay. Well, I reckon acrobatics is still my best bet, so I'm going to be
Heck yeah.
attempting to use that to get away. Here's a question, Thirsty.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Would you consider yourself a Mass Effect fan?
I would say I've dabbled.
Okay. How's about a hero point for an autograph?
So hang on a second.
I'm gonna hold him to this, y'all.
I'll do it right now.
I was
Right
gonna
now.
say,
Okay.
I'm sitting on 2. I'm willing to give one over to my fearless leader.
I like that you just want to deny me this autograph.
Yeah.
It's pain.
I mean, those autographs are currencies.
Go
so-
ahead. You.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. All right, let's see if I can.
Now you've learned something.
I might need to give you that autograph anyway. Let's see how this goes. Oh, 19.
damn.
Total 24.
Thurston gets no autograph.
I'll
from
give you one.
Commander. All right, and with
Well,
that,
I'm going to hold on to this. I might
Okay.
need another hero
That's
point.
fair.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Keep
Good
it in your
point.
back pocket.
Yeah.
All right, so with that, you manage to dash, reaching up today, just as the final bits of glass come down, really only striking one person. Hey, Quinn, you wanna just give me a reflex save? Just...
But I pulled all of my tendons, and hey, I have a new die. Maybe
There it
this will
is.
work.
Here it is.
All right.
#believe.
I don't want to believe in that deity.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, natural 20.
Hey, there he is.
Return of the
It
King.
all works out. It all
This
works
was
out.
the real villain of the campaign,
Yeah.
right here.
There you go.
All right. So with this, you manage to dash through, reaching the base of this tower, which is now humming with electricity and magical energies that are kind of seeping and crackling out.
Given that I've been failing all the athletics, I assumed that I was just like screaming and scrambling on the ground and flailing and eventually get myself under the closing doors.
Yes. But you get to the tower. It's not a large enough structure to enter, but it's more like it's standing in the jungle, but it's like starting to like crackle and fizz and emit energies. There's a console built into the base of it. That also seems to be like crackling and fizzing, like this thing is out of control.
Whip out the old hacking tool and see if I can interface with the computer for a computer roll.
Just when he goes for the hacking tools, I completely misread it as he's going for his gun, and I'm like, okay.
Hacking, you say?
Oh, that's right.
That is also a hacking tool. That
My
is also
solar
a hacking
flare
tool.
burns to be.
But just a straight computer roll, I assume?
Yeah, absolutely.
Guidance.
Guidance,
yeah.
and thank you for guidance. You're my favorite game master on the Citadel. Best regards, Commander.
I want him to reroll into a 1.
Yeah,
That'd be
it might
so
happen.
much better.
It might happen. Oh, that's better.
That's way better.
That is a 17 on the die, plus 5, plus 1, so 23 total.
Okay, so describe in the most badass way that you like slide into this terminal and begin hacker manning and disabling the ongoing effects here, because that's what you just did.
Okay, so first of all, as I'm sliding up, the helmet is retracted and a pair of sunglasses goes on. And there's a brief, we were talking about 80s movies earlier, so there's a brief close-up of the keyboard, and then me just turning and pulling the glasses down. I'm in.
I'm like, where's the wind blowing his hair coming from?
I don't know.
And so I successfully managed to hack it, and I assume you're going to see a lot of shifting on the screen, or of the screen of my hacking tool. And what do I manage to do?
Okay, so you manage to vent some of the magical energy. So a few things are happening here. As you do this, you can see some of the steam and electrical energy blast out from different relays that are further down. So you kind of see this coruscating rainbow pop up from the ground all around as these energies are just unleashed.
So the motivating ringtone has a light show now.
Oh, absolutely. The glass above seems to shake more, but then stabilize, stopping the fall of further shards from up above. And suddenly you see more of these Alethi appear and then disappear, like in and out of reality, as there's like a shuddering effect going on. You also see menacingly coming out from the woods are 4 floating drones. They appear to be robotic drones with small little like weapons pods on them. But because of the sheer success you just had on that check, they quickly wink out of existence.
Oh, I thought we've got drones now. Like, can you bring them back? We can make them to like shoot the people we want shot.
Was my roll good enough for that?
No,
I cannot do. Well, actually, here, let me just Paragon Renegade.
Oh
no, that's a Paragon response. Chick, my friend. I'm afraid that's not possible.
That's if you couldn't do it, no one could, Captain.
And so I have successfully disabled these. I let them know that we nearly got attacked by some auto defenses, but what about these civilians that have returned?
So they're kind of blinking in and out. Eventually, they seem to stabilize, and they all have sort of the same like what's going on reaction that others did. The chirping and insect volume is picked up again for some reason. As Quinn pointed out, there's just a gazelle walking down the path further on. As this is all happening, Mahuzel and Glaric arrive back following the path that you had taken. There's a lot more people showing up now. I think you might have solved the done there glitch.
Should I behead a gazelle as a show of diplomacy? Because that seemed to like really work last time.
Yeah, it did.
I'll turn to Glaric and just again we seem to have a rapport, and he is one of my assets. So I try to enlist him to welcome all of his fellow what were their species again?
The Alethi.
All of his fellow Alethi who are returning, and maybe keep them calm and fill them in on the situation.
Okay, you want to give me a diplomacy check here?
Sure thing.
Guidance.
This is something I'd like to help with or aid with, because not only am I cooperative like that, but also I have my one skill feat is called group diplomacy.
Yes, do
so
it up.
I assume I can talk to a crowd. A little bit.
Absolutely.
So I get 1 from the guidance. How much from you?
We're about to find out.
Okay, great. You sit this one out, Quinn. You sit this one out.
No, it's worse than that because the die made a natural 1 because it was the die that was supposed to help me.
You
First of all, I actually gave you a -1. Because
Okay.
that helped
You
me.
So I'm
broke
at-
my die.
I'm even. You managed to undo any benefit that Chick Chick gave me. However,
the story of my life.
Session.
I know.
he is still my asset, so I get an additional +1 to my +7 diplomacy.
Yep.
So +8 to whatever this die is. 14 total.
Is enough to calm the audience here, the people who are appearing. There's still some unnerved reactions. I mean, these are people that have been displaced in time. They're kind of breathing, through whatever rocky protrusions they have that allow for breathing, but they're taking this in. They are kind of relaxed. Everything on this world appears to have calmed now. Whatever you've done with the computers has disabled this sort of dangerous effect all around. And with that, Mahoozle comes up. Well, I think y'all did it.
Thanks, Mahoozle. I'm sorry about that brain-dead hick reference earlier.
Oh, yeah, that was kind of rapscallion of you.
And don't you forget it, you brain-dead hick.
That's fair. I just want to thank y'all and give you some credits for coming. We'll have more adventures in the future. I think who knows what's going to happen with these Alathine now, but y'all did really, really good. And then,
Yeah, I know.
as he says y'all did really good, is like Commander Goat Herd, Chick, Day,
And
Glarak. And with that will bring us to the end of our adventure, everybody. Thank you all. For those of you who are watching, this was Shards of the Glass Planet, written by Mike Kimmel, who is one of the Starfinder team. You can play this here at Gen Con. It is available on Paizo.com, along with the fancy Starfinder Playtest rulebook, which is the games we are playing. You can definitely come pick this up from our booth, or the PDF is online for free at starfinderplaytest.com, where you can get in on the action, playtest, and probably prove that Pathfinder characters are a lot better in Starfinder than how this run went.
Sorry, John.
But the dice are against you. There's
Yeah.
there's no hope.
Nope, it's the
No.
poor musician that blames the instrument.
Yeah. And I just really want to thank my amazing cast of players. They did a great job.
Thank you,
Thank
thank
you,
you.
everyone.
Let's hear it for our GM. Thank you, Thurston. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hooray.
And now I'll get you to autograph something else.
Oh, yeah. That's
okay,
something that's not in erasable
Here,
marker.
here. How about you?
Well,
Give
the
me
hero
a,
point's gone now.
Yeah, it's
right?
got right?
right in this playtest rulebook.
You
That's
bet.
pretty cool, right?
Legally distinct.
And I'll even do the "You're my favorite GM" on the Citadel.
Yes.
Make sure you make that right.
No, never.
Make sure you get that right. Oh, and thank you all for coming, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks for
you
coming to
all,
watch.
folks. Did you have a good time?
Yay.
Awesome. We hope to see you here around at Gen Con at the demos. Again, the Paizo booth that we have all of our product up, but also up in the Sagamore Ballroom where you can come play, get in on organized play games. You can also go to the demo area where we have Starfinder 2e demos going on the entire weekend, and you can go check it out. Otherwise, come check us out on starfinderplaytest.com for all your things. And thanks again, everybody.
All right. Thank you.